Hello everyone, my name is Kalyanagi. I'm going to present our report. We have the first slide as a green taxi travel information for January 2015. We have used 6 visuals to present our findings: car slicer, cluster bar chart, and cluster column chart. The car shows the average fare for green taxi rides, which is 11.77 dollar. We also have the slicer to filter the data by the day of the week, allowing for a more detailed analysis. The cluster bar chart displays the top 10 most common destinations, while the cluster common chart column chart compares the demands on Wednesdays, peak hours, and the most demanded hours of the day for the airport area taxi demands. We chose these visuals for specific reasons that are the as follows. Like card provides a quick summary of the average fare. The slicers make it easy to filter the data by specific days. The cluster bar chart allows for a side-by-side comparison of the most common destination, and the cluster column chart helps analyze demand trends over the different times. Australia was the top destination with 44,500 30 trips, 66.10 higher than El Host, which had 26,809 trips. And this is the one of the key findings. Australia accounted for the 12.26% of the total trips. The number of the destinations across the top 10 zones ranged from 26,809 to 44,530, and particularly week 5 Fridays had the highest demand, making up 6.32% of the total demand. The average fare for green taxi ride was $11.77. Now we will explore the data on the yellow taxi travels for January 2015. We have used here 6 different visuals: slicer, area chart, heat map, and cluster column chart, and also a cluster bar chart. These visuals were chosen to enhance our data analysis and visualization. The slicer enables interactive filtering by borough, making it easy to focus on specific areas. The area chart displays the trends in yellow taxi usage over time by time. Over time by borough, revealing that Manhattan had the highest usage, uh, which is almost millions percent higher than the Eastern Island. The borough with the lowest usage of yet 192 trips. The heat map highlights the intensity of yellow taxi usage across the different zones in the New York City, providing a visual representation of areas with higher taxi activity. The cluster column chart shows the top 3 destinations with higher fares and the average fare by pickup hour, indicating the Murray Hills had the maximum fare at 4,008. Lastly, the cluster bar chart compares the top 10 zones based on the average trip fare, with the highest average fare of 82.53 found in Tottenville and Charleston. And Manhattan also accounted for the 92.98% of the total yellow taxi usage. The average trip fare is highest at 82.53 in Tottenville, Charleston, at 5 p.m. also at 5 a.m. The average fare is $15.7, which is the highest average fare for that time of the day. In summary, our analysis provides the valuable insights into the yellow taxi usage patterns, fare distribution, and popular destination for January 2015. Now, in this slide, we will discuss about the for hire vehicles (FHV) for January 2015 using the 4 different visuals: card, clusters, chart, and stack column chart. These visuals were chosen to highlight key metrics and provide a detailed comparison of categorical data. The card highlights the most common pickup zone and the most common pickup borough on the Fridays. The cluster bar chart presents the top 5 pickup zones, allowing for a side-by-side comparison for their pickup accounts. The stack column chart shows the borough with the highest number of pickups by hour, illustrating the contribution of each borough over time. Our findings show that the Midtown Center had the highest number of pickup, yet 62 68,069, which is the 38.13 higher than West Village, the zone with the lowest number of pickups at 44,935. Midtown Center accounted for 22.18% of the total pickups across the top 5 zones. The number of the pickups range from 44,935 to 62,069. The Manhattan was the most common pickup borough on the Fridays. And also it is important to note that FSP trip data 2015 Gen data set is incomplete, and calculation for the destination, higher duration, and fare information has not been performed. In this slide, we will explore the data on New York City taxi travels for January 2015 using the 5 different visuals: slicer, stacked bar chart, and a stack column chart. These visuals were chosen to filter the data interactively and disable the composition and comparison of categories, which help analyze both individual and contribution and overall trends. The slicer filters the data by month and day, allowing us to focus on the specific time periods. The stack bar chart shows the least demand by borough for green and yellow taxi trip, duration by borough for both taxi types, and the average fare amount by day of the week. The stack column chart displays the average trip duration for green and yellow taxi by day. And we found as findings, Staten Island had the lowest demand for taxis at 415 trips. Manhattan had the highest total trip duration at 150 million minutes. And also Monday had the highest average fare at $38, while Sunday had the lowest average fare at $25. The average trip duration was highest on the day third at 502.80 minutes, and the lowest on the day 26 at the 14.74 minutes. And as a conclusion, our analysis and in a summary, our analysis for New York City taxi travel information for January for 2015 provides the valuable insights into taxi demand patterns, trip duration, and the fare amounts. In this slide, we will explore the New York City weather data for January 2015 using the 6 different visuals: slicers, card, and cluster column chart. These visuals were chosen to filter data interactively, highlighting the key metrics and compare the category data side by side, enhancing the data analysis and visualization. Slicer filters the data by the day of the week, allowing us to focus on the specific days. The card presents the maximum and minimum temperature of January, providing the quick overview of the key temperature metrics. The cluster column chart displays the warmest hour of the day, compares the feels like temperature to the actual temperature during the different hours of the day, and shows the minimum and maximum temperature changes throughout the January. Our findings show that between January 1st, 2015 and January 31st, 2015, both the minimum temperature and maximum temperature trended down, with the decrease of 300% and 190% respectively. The minimum temperature started trending down on January 25th, 2015, falling by 5,000%. That means 10.30 degree in the 6 days. The maximum temperature dropped from 3.70 to 2.70 during its steepest decline between the January 1st, 2015 and January 11th, 2015. All metrics fell on the last day of the January, each decreasing by 0.50 degrees. And also at 2 a.m. in the morning, the variance between the feels like temperature and the actual temperature was 4 degrees. In this slide, we will explore the New York City flights data for 2015 using a table and a cluster bar chart and a cluster club chart. These visuals were selected to provide the detailed data and offer the different perspective for analysis. The table displays the reasons for the flight cancellation, giving us a clear understanding of why flights were cancelled. And the cluster bar chart shows the top 5 airlines with the most delays and top 5 airports with the highest cancellation rates, allowing us to compare these metrics side by side. The cluster column chart illustrates flight cancellation by day and compares the delays and cancellation by month, helping us identifying the patterns over time. And also our findings reveal that the Southwest Airlines had the highest number of delays, 42,000, and which was 98% higher than the American Eagle Airlines, with 21,311 delays. Among the top five airlines, Dallas Fort Worth International Airport experienced the highest number of the cancellation among totaling 3,578 flights. Monday had the highest number of flight cancellation at 9,823, while Friday had the lowest with the 20th hundred. And also January saw the largest divergence between the delays and cancellation, with the delays being 83,969 higher than the cancellations. And in this slide, we will explore the data anomaly. We use the cars to highlight the significant data outliers across the various datasets for the New York City NYC taxi travel information. The anomalies include the maximum fare of 4,000, and the longest trip distance is 15.42, and the highest trip duration of uh, 549,000 minutes. For the NYC weather information, notable outliers are minimum temperature of minus 16.50, and minimum feels like temperature of minus 27.10, and average temperature of 4.12. And also flight information, the card shows a total of 10 million flights at a minimum distance of 31 miles, and a minimum arrival delay of minus 82 minutes. And also the FHB trip data 2015 Jan data set has missing values for the drop location ID, with 3,197 entries affected. These anomalies provide important insights into the unusual data points that can be critical for understanding and addressing the discrepancies in the datasets. In the summary statistics center, we analyze data from the yellow taxi, temperature daily, and flight dataset, presenting key statistics for each. For the yellow taxi fare amount, we found an average fare of $11.90, and a minimum fare of minus $450, and a minimum fare of 4,000, and also maximum fare is 4,000, and the standard deviation is 10.21, indicating variability in the fare amount. For daily temperature in New York City, the average temperature is 30.57, and with a minimum minus 11.70 and a maximum of 31.10. The standard deviation is 10.34, reflecting the range of temperature fluctuation. For the flight information, the total arrival delay amounts to around 7 million minutes. Total cancellation are around 1 million, and total departure delays sum up with the 11 million minutes. These statistics provide the comprehensive overview of key metrics variability within the dataset, offering the insight into the fare amounts, temperature and variation, and flight delays and cancellations. In the comparison center, we analyze the data to compare the various aspects of the taxi demand and correlation between the different types of taxis. And our findings show that the total demand for the yellow taxis on weekends in January was higher on Saturdays, with the 56 trip compared to 38 on the Sundays. And also the demand for the Saturdays and Sundays diverged the most during the second weekend of the January, and where the Saturdays demand exceed Sundays by 7 trips. And also additionally, we observed a positive correlation between the for hire vehicle and total green taxi trips, indicating that for hire vehicles demand increases, so does the demand for green taxis. And this comparison provide the valuable insights into the weekend taxi demand patterns and the relationship between different taxi services. Mm. And in the analytics dashboard, we analyze the relationship and ranges for various flights metrics. Our findings reveal that the arrival delays, uh, arrivals Mm. In the analytic dashboard, we analyze the relationship and ranges for various flights, and our findings reveal that the arrival delays and departure delays are positively correlated, and meanings that as one increases, the other tends to increases as well. Across the 31 days of the January, the data shows that the arrival delays range from 1 to 5 minutes. Departures delays also range from 1 to 5 minutes, and cancellation range from 0 to 3. The consistency in the range of the delays and cancellation provide a clear view of the extent of the disruption experienced throughout the month. These insights help in understanding the relationship between different types of delays and overall impact of the flight operation. In the hypothesis center, we explore the relationship between the delays and cancellation in the relations to weather condition. This page features the filters for the airlines, weather condition, and month day, allowing for a detailed examination of how various weather conditions affect flight delays and cancellation. By analyzing the data with these filters, we can access how different airlines and weather conditions contribute to delays and cancellation. This approach helps in identifying patterns and the trends that may be influenced by the weather, providing the valuable insights into how weather impacts the flight operations. And the last slide, my story. In the my story slide, we explore the overall summary of the project, and here we employed the four key visuals to provide the detailed analysis of New York City taxi services, weather conditions, and flight data for the January 2015. These visuals include the total flights by the day and weather condition, taxi and flights by day, taxi demands by borough, and taxi and flights by day in the January. Our findings reveal that the Fridays exhibit the highest demand of taxis with a peak of 80,000 flights occurring on the same day. This suggests that Friday are particularly busy both in terms of taxi usage and flight activity. On the Thursday, approx 10.80% of flights are scheduled, with the weather often being partially cloudy. This weather condition might influence the number of flights taking off or landing. Throughout the January, we observed that yellow taxi demand was relatively low compared to for hire vehicles, which saw significantly higher demand. This suggests a shift in a preference or availability of different types of taxis. Additionally, our analysis showed that the Manhattan had the highest taxi demand, reflecting its status as a major transportation hub, while Newark Liberty International Airport had the lowest demand for taxis among the location analysts. And also from this overall analysis provides an in-depth examination of several data sets related to New York City transportation and weather for January 2015. We analyzed taxi fare amounts, trip distance, and duration to identify significant outliers and trends. Key metrics include the maximum fare of 4,000 and a maximum trip distance of 15.42 and a maximum trip duration of 500,000 minutes. For weather analysis, we noted that the minimum temperature fell to minus 16.50 within an average temperature of 13.57, and the temperature data highlighted notable fluctuation throughout the month. In terms of flight information, we found a total of 10 million flights, with the highest number of arrival delays totaling 7 million minutes. We also noted that the total number of the cancellation and departures delays, which provide the comprehensive view of flight disruption. And also we analyzed for hire vehicle data, highlighting that Midtown Center had the highest number of pickups, and that the Manhattan was the most common pickup borough. And our comparative analysis revealed that the Saturdays had the higher taxi demand compared to the Sundays, and particularly during the second weekend of the January. And the positive correlation was found between the for hire vehicles and green taxis, indicating that as the demand for one increases, so that does the demand for the other. And also, at last, finally, the data analysis center highlighted the extreme values and missing data points across the data set, such as maximum taxi fare was 4,000 and minimum temperature of minus 16.50. And overall, this dataset analysis provides the detailed view of transportation and weather factors impacting New York City, offering the insights into the trends and anomalies and correlation with the data. Thank you.